Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Wednesday to you and all your loved ones. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. I hope that you are well. I hope that you are doing great. I hope that you've gotten the rest that is needed. And if your day is coming to an end and it's been a grueling one, well, I hope that you get the rest that you need right now and get to enjoy a lovely evening. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And as always, we bring you another amazing story. That is our job, right? We bring amazing stories here, and some of them are your recommendations. So please keep sending them our way so we can continue to bring you wonderful stories that engage you. Thank you so much for joining us here today. And I'm excited to be here as always. And joining you from Oakland, California. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Wherever you are in the world today, please do drop us a message. Let us know you were here so we can say hi to you. The Other Dog by Madeleine Angol, and this one is illustrated by Christine Devenier, and we're reading this one with permission of the publishers Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Excited to share this one, another one that makes me laugh each time. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I hope you're ready, and cannot wait to share that one. Thank you so much for being here. What are you up to today? And as you know too, if you're in the Bay, there's a storm coming in, atmospheric river coming in, and so please be careful. And if you have not yet grabbed those sandbags and things that you need, please do so. Check your drainage, check your gutters as well, just to make sure that they're clear, and so the water can run right through. Thank you so much for joining in. Please do look into those things. And of course too, if you're going to be out on the road, please be very careful, and if you don't need to, please do stay home. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And I know that there's certain places that have opened up temporary shelters and all other measures in place to help our friends that are unhoused. So please, if you know anybody, guide them that way. Let them know that there is a space that they could go to at this time. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And yes, do check how the weather will be like in your area. Rain out here in Oakland and surrounding areas, and it goes on looking until about Tuesday. We get a little bit of sunshine on Saturday, but Storytime is here. Hopefully we're bringing the sunshine all the way through. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely love it. And good to see you here. And I was just looking at the blue skies in our image today, and hopefully those are coming to us very, very soon. We look forward to those bright blue sky days coming ahead. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story? Good morning to you. How are you doing today, Kathy? Thank you so much for joining us out there in Ohio. Luna, Luna, good morning to you as well. I hope that you're having a lovely start to your day. And if you're still sleeping, well, enjoy that wonderful rest. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. The Other Dog by Madeleine Angle. And this one is illustrated by Christine Devenier. And reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Coming right up very, very shortly. So get ready, get comfortable, get cozy, go grab what you need so we can enjoy this story time together. Thank you for being here. And of course, too, as you know that Chronicle Books has new releases, Candle Week has new releases, and other publishers and independent creators that have partnered with Storytime that keep bringing us these amazing books do have new books coming out. So please be on the lookout for those, because we do have a blockbuster of of books that are coming out, and I cannot wait to share those with you. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. How are you doing today, April? Good to see you here on Storytime. Out there in Orange County, Osborne parents are up. Oh, yes, indeed. But our bed was taken over by kids in the middle of the night, so they're listening in their sleep. I love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for joining in. Lauren, how are you doing, brother? Good to see you here on Storytime. Thank you so much for joining in. Finn, I hope that you're also within earshot of Storytime this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Alicia, Lindley, and Jemison, in your sleepy, sleepy state, well, good morning to you, and hopefully you get all the rest you need and energized for the rest of the day. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Yes, thank you so much. Love the work of Dr. Akila Cadet, as you know, with the Change Cadet, doing amazing work. And like she says, do the work. Yes, the work of social justice, the work of women's rights, human rights, everything never stops, right? It never stops. We keep going. It is ongoing work. So let's do it. Let's do it however we can turn up, whether it's to write a letter, whether it's to turn up to that protest, whether it's to make our voice heard on social media or in other platforms. Please do so. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Chrissy, you know what we're talking about. Thank you so much for joining in. Good to see you here on Storytime. Absolutely love it. Yes, Dr. Akila Cadet, big up to you. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And good morning to you, Borden. Good to see you here out in Vermont. Homesick today, but happy to get to see you all. Thank you. Borden, hope you feel better very, very soon. And of course, like we always say, selfishly glad you're here with us today and we get to be with you and read a wonderful story. Feel better. I hope you have your snack. I hope you're ready for Storytime today. Thank you so much for joining in. Good to see you here on Storytime. Please get comfortable, get cozy, get ready for this amazing story that we have to share today. The Other Dog, written by Madeleine Angle and illustrations by Christine Devenier. And we are reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Get ready. We'll be right back after this short break. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime.
Have you ever wondered what makes you special? Maybe it's the color of your eyes. Maybe it's something that you can do, like sing. Well, with my brand new book, I See Me, you'll find out exactly what makes you awesomely special. Make sure you keep in touch with me on my social media handles and at Just in Time for Storytime. You're watching Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you, Justin Ford. Please do catch him for Just in Time for Storytime on YouTube. And yeah, amazing presentations, amazing stories, amazing conversations that are happening on that platform as well. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. And of course, check out the conversation that we had here on Storytime with Justin Ford, and of course, highlighting his book, I See Me. It is out. Ask for it at your local library. Find it where you find books. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. The Other Dog is here on Storytime, written by Madeleine Angle, illustrations by Christine Devenier, read with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for being here. get comfortable, get cozy, get ready for this one. Here we go. Yes, this one is for you, all you dog lovers out there. The other dog. Let's find out what the other dog is. The Other Dog. Written by Madeleine Engel. Illustrations by Christine Devenier. And read with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. And as always, a big, big thank you to Chronicle Books indeed for allowing us to read such amazing books here on Storytime. First of all, I think you should know that I am the one who wrote this book. After all, contrary to opinion, the author of the book is very important. Please believe me. Without the author, a book would never get written. So I, Touche Lengo Franklin, am very important. Yes, first of all, I think you should know that I am the one who wrote this book. After all, contrary to opinion, the author of the book is very important. Please believe me. Without the author, a book would never get written. So I, Touche Lengo Franklin, believe me when I say, I, Touche Lengo Franklin, wrote this book with the assistance of that inferior canine, Joe. This summer. Yeah. Wow, summer seems so long gone now, huh? Looking forward to the next one. This summer, what happened? Tell us, Touche, tell us. My mistress went away for several days, and when she came back, she brought with her another dog. Uh-oh. No, that doesn't sound good. If you ask me, this was a great waste of money. Dogs are expensive to feed and clothe, and one dog is enough for any family. I failed to see why I did not satisfy all requirements. Yes, this summer, my mistress went away for several days, and when she came back, she brought with her another dog. That look. So you hear that, Lauren and April? Finn is enough. Nobody else. If you ask me, this was a great waste of money. Dogs are expensive to feed and clothe, and one dog is enough for any family. I failed to see why I did not satisfy all requirements. Oh. I have beauty, wit, and charm. I have been on the stage. I am very talented. And until this other dog was brought into our home, without warning, my master and mistress seemed perfectly happy with me. Oh, sorry, Touche. I have beauty, wit, and charm. I have been on the stage. I am very talented. And until this other dog was brought into our home without warning, my master and mistress seemed perfectly happy with me. I am very good about sitting on laps. In fact, I love sitting on laps. I know of no other dog who could sit on a lap for as long as, or with as much patience as I can. So why another dog? Why? Ah, that is the question, isn't it? So why another dog? Because I am very good about sitting on laps. In fact, I love sitting on laps. I know of no other dog who could sit on a lap for as long as, or with as much patience as I can. Although I do believe there's no greater patience than an elementary school teacher's patience. But I will indulge you, Touche. I will indulge you. I dance oh so daintily when it is time to eat. My master and mistress love to look at me. So why another dog? Why? I dance oh so daintily when it is time to eat. My master and mistress love to look at me. So why another dog? That is the question. Why another dog? I afford my master endless pleasure in his off hours when he bathes and clips me. I can wear my ears long or short. I sit still for hours while he snips off hair here and there. No other dog would be so good and patient. I am tremendously useful in such household tasks as bringing home the groceries. And I always tell my master and mistress when the telephone or the doorbell rings. No one could be more efficient, more energetic, more conscientious, or louder about this than I am. So, why another dog? Why another dog? But what's done is done. The dog was brought home, and I had to learn to make the best of it. Yeah. So what's done is done. The dog was brought home, and I had to learn to make the best of it. That is the spirit, though. I like that. Nevertheless, from the start, I noticed a great many mysterious and horrifying things. For instance, when I am taken out to get some fresh air, I always have to walk, even when it rains. The Joe is taken out in a carriage, and when it rains, she doesn't have to go out at all. The double standard. Yeah. Nevertheless, yes, what's done's done. But nevertheless, from the start, I noticed a great many mysterious and horrifying things. For instance, when I am taken out to go get some fresh air, I always have to walk, even when it rains. The Joe is taken out in a carriage, and when it rains, she doesn't have to go out at all. How unfair is that? When it rains, she doesn't have to go at all. And more, she's taken out in a carriage. And another thing, my master and mistress keep putting on and taking off white pieces of cloth around Joe's bottom. Code for some obscure reason, diapers. At first, I did not understand the significance of this, but when I did, I was deeply shocked. When I have anything of that sort to do, I go out into the street. White cloths? Oh no, I would never do it in the house. No, no, no. Yes, I noticed another thing. My master and mistress keep putting on and taking off white pieces of cloth around Joe's bottom. Code for some obscure reason, diapers. At first, I did not understand the significance of this, but when I did, I was deeply shocked. When I have anything of that sort to do, I go out into the street. White cloths or no, I would never do it in the house. Never. I love that. That face. I would never do it in the house. Never. At least one thing remained clear. Of the two dogs, I was the most important. You see, each night we would start out in our separate beds. This dog called Joe and I. Now her bed may be a little more fancy and frah, but mine is more practical. In the morning, she would still be in her bed, but I would not be in my bed. Well, if that doesn't show you who's who around here, I don't know what would. Yes, her bed may be all that fancy and all, bruh, but mine is more practical. In the morning, she would still be in her bed, but I would not be in my bed. Well, if that doesn't show you who's who around here, I don't know what would. And another thing, this jaw dog gets fed several times a day. I only get fed once. Of course, there may be a reason for this. You see, I have frequently been told that my tail is like a little chrysanthemum. Joe thing hasn't any tail at all. Of course, I am aware that because of the dictates of fashion, some dogs have their tails clipped. But there is always something left. And Joe has no tail, nothing. Perhaps they think that if they feed her and feed her, she may grow a beautiful chrysanthemum tail like me, like mine. That is the reason exactly. Chrysanthemum tail. I love it. And by the way, our Joe, as well as having no tail, has practically no hair. Certainly not enough to brush. So when people come to call, we have to put clothes on her. All I need is a good hair brushing. If summer comes, can fall be far behind? So said the poet. Came autumn, and Jorgo and I are almost the same size. She has a little more hair, but not much. I am afraid she is just of an inferior breed called baby. And there is nothing that can be done about it. Yes, I am afraid she's just of an inferior breed called baby. And nothing can be done about it. When the jaw dog grew bigger and bigger every day and more rambunctious, my master and mistress got a doghouse for her. something I have been well something I have been well behaved enough never to need. And now when company comes, I have to stay at the doghouse and watch over our Joe. I guess I have become of more use there than as the life of the party. Hmm, um, it may be useful, but it's not nearly as much fun. But since we have Jaw Dog, someone has to take care of her, and I will do my part. Someone has to take care of her, and I will do my part. Aw. Even though she is of this inferior breed called baby. I must admit, though, that in our few conversations, she's been most interested in everything I've had to say, which is, I think, a definitely encouraging sign of intelligence. Yes. I must admit, though, that in our few conversations, she's been most interested in everything I've had to say, which is, I think, a definitely encouraging sign of intelligence. This inferior breed called baby might be intelligent after all. Therefore, I must admit that, in spite of myself, in spite of the Joe girl, in spite of everything, I am getting very fond of our other dog. So somehow or other, I have come to the unpredictable, surprising, amazing, astonishing, astounding conclusion. Oh, what is that conclusion? Yes. Therefore, I must admit that in spite of myself, in spite of the Jogo, in spite of everything, I am getting very fond of our other dog. So somehow or other, I have come to the unpredictable, surprising, amazing, astonishing, astounding conclusion that in every home, there should be at least two dogs. So now, goodbye and lots of love. Touche. And that is the end of our story. And there's a whole author's note that we'll not be getting into today. But yeah, absolutely love this one. I hope it made you laugh. I hope it gave you some beautiful insight into, changes that may be happening around homes and how everyone is affected and have to deal with that, including the family pets, right? Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime today. The Other Dog, written by Madeleine and illustrations by Devenier. And we were reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining us here for this one, The Other Dog. I'll be right back after this short break. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today.
We're your kitchen tenders, and you're listening to Storytime with Mr. Limata. One more time. Your kitchen tenders, and you're listening to Storytime with Mr. Limata. Yay, Mr. Limata! Yay, you.
Yeah, you. I love them. I love kitten tenders. How are you doing, Gabby? Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I hope that you should be able to check out Kitten Tenders and their podcast called Tune Tales. They've had amazing guests, musical all the way. And so if you're in for some song and dance and just funny takes, go and check out Tune Tales on all the platforms. They're there wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. And I'm still smiling from this wonderful book, The Other Dog, written by Madeleine and illustrations by Devenier. And of course, we're reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. A beautiful book, a wonderful book. Absolutely love it. Please do check it out at your local library. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. The laughs do not stop here today. No. We're back again tomorrow in the rain. Lots of laughter as we bring back two favorites here to Storytime. And we bring back this one coming to us from Sergio Rousier. And it is Fox and Chick coming back to Storytime. And this time we will be reading The Sleepover, yes, and other stories. So come and join us and have fun with us tomorrow. And I'm excited to bring this one back here to Storytime. When Chick and Fox are in the house, well, we're in for a treat. We're in for some serious laughs. So come and join us and enjoy this one as well. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And then on Friday, we will wrap up the week with Interrupting Chicken and the Elephant of Surprise. So come and join us and find out what that one is all about. Bringing it back to Storytime after a while. But today, it was all about the other dog, this inferior breed called Baby. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And sending you lots of love from this November baby out here. Thank you so much for joining in here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Let us see who was here with us this morning enjoying that wonderful, wonderful story. Thank you for being here. Pamela Courtney, good morning to you. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining in. This story was hilarious, says Chad. Thank you so much. I see it. Good morning from the Courtneys out in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Well, thank you so much, Auntie Anne. Thank you so much for being here, Chad. And of course, Pamela, Courtney, thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Thank you for joining us for that lovely, lovely book. How is it where you are, Pamela, Courtney? I hope that the rains have eased up a little bit, although I know that there's some coming out here in Oakland. I can't remember if you're getting any as well this time around, but I hope that you do get some time to be outside as well. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Kathy, Keith, wouldn't agree with you more. It was a cute book. It is a cute book, a wonderful book indeed. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Lauren, thank you so much for joining us out there in Orange County. And of course, April Booker Osborne, thank you so much for being here with us. I hope that you have a lovely, lovely Wednesday. Is it minimum day for you too? I hope it is, and I hope that you get to enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely love it. And of course, Alicia, Jemison, and Lenley, I'm sending you extra hugs. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I hope you're able to catch a little bit of that in your sleep. Of course, I hope that you catch it later for the recording. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. And of course, Finn, I hope that you are the only dog. Hopefully no other dogs, or maybe you do have a lot of them already. Too much competition for you, Finn. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Oh, Jemison, thank you so much for joining us here. Absolutely love it. And yeah. Get ready for that morning. Get ready for the day. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Pamela, Courtney say lots of sun out there in Natchitoches, Louisiana. You know what? I am packing up my bags and I am headed to Natchitoches, Louisiana today. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And you're looking forward to Friday when we bring back Interrupting Chicken and the Elephant of Surprise. Please join in, another one that will have you laughing all the way. Can't wait. Interesting combination. It is a beautiful one indeed. Thank you so much for joining in, Pamela, Courtney, Chrissy Mitchell Adams, and of course Borden, sending you extra hugs today. Hope you feel better, buddy. Good to see you here on Storytime. Thank you for joining us out there in Vermont. Thank you for being here. I hope that you have a lovely, lovely day. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And April, you saying the shirt, thank you so much. Love it. Dr. Akila Cadet does amazing work. You know, she's on the front lines of much hard work that needs to be done. And, you know, she's an inspiration to me, and I'm sure to many others out there as well. And facing head on. And she has a brand new book out as well. Well, not so brand new, but it's been a couple months now, I think, and it's out. And I need to get a copy actually myself. I've been meaning to do that. Now that we're talking about this, I know what I'm going to do today. But yes, Dr. Akila Cadet's brand new book is out, and she is on the front lines. She is there. She's all about women's rights, human rights, and of course racial justice as well, doing amazing work. Thank you. Keep up the work, Dr. Cadet. And everybody out there, we have a part to play, no matter how small. Let's do the work. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here with us today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And yes, join me again tomorrow when we're back for more laughs. The Sleepover, coming to you, Fox and Chick, Sergio Rozier, and of course, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. So come and join us for this one and get to have fun with us. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Please have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day, wonderful Wednesday. Thank you indeed for being here. And before I go, the African Cup of Nations, as you know, I've mentioned, is going on, and it's been exciting. And congratulations to South Africa. They've made it to the quarterfinals, the last 8. And and they overcame the mighty Morocco. So that was pretty big, and 2-0 for even, you know, complete shutout. Morocco could not get a goal. So I was still bitter, I think, from Morocco beating Zambia. So way to go, South Africa. But no, love it, love it. You gotta love the sport and seeing all the celebrations on TV in South Africa and everywhere else. It was just so fun to see. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I hope that you find something that just keeps you smiling today, that makes you, just feel good inside. That good feeling inside. I hope that that's what you get today. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime, and I hope that in our own small way we've played a part in that. Thank you so much. If you're not feeling well, like Bowden out there, a little bit of this and that, we hope that it goes away soon. We hope that you have bright blue days ahead, full of sunshine as it is in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Thank you so much for being here. Much love from Oakland, soon to be rain-socked Oakland. And we'll be ready, boots and all, rain jackets and everything. And yes, coffee shops, wherever it is that life takes us. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Much love from me. And I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Read me all of the stories, some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Read me all of the stories. Read me all of the stories. Some with people who look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of the stories. Read me all of the stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.